Here we go. I'm amazing. How are you?
Oh, just doing wonderful, man. Glad to be alive. And I'm talking about alive. Yeah, brother. I'm grateful to be in a state of mind where anxiety does not exist. Um, and that's what's causing a lot of people's what we call conflicting experiences because most people live in anxiety. Anxiety creates fear, and fear freezes us. You know? I um, I come up with a concept that I'm going to put on a T-shirt. It states, and I know a lot of people might not be able to embrace it, but if they give an opportunity for their mind to soak in what it's really saying, they will agree with it. And the statement is capitalism creates criminals.
Mm,
They get all the criminal acts, and they're all motivated by one thing: money.
mm, mm,
Hmm. Until we escape that cage there, we're going to be doomed as a people, period. No matter
mm,
what color you are. It got nothing to do with skin color. What blows my mind a lot of times from the expression of some being called human, that we are the most intelligent or the most, and it might be true, because I'm finding out more and more. We're saying things that we don't even look at what we're saying because if insane is the opposite of sane, what
mm,
makes us think that intelligent is not the opposite of intelligence?
mm,
If insane is the opposite of sane, what makes us think that intelligent does not mean opposite to be intelligent?
mm,
Yep. Yeah, we got to take some more observation of what we're saying to ourselves and to others. Because if you really look at what's going on in the world, I can see why that movie came out, The Walking Dead. I could really see why and how that movie came about. I come to find out too. A lot of those movies they make out, particularly those scary movies, those were true stories coming from an individual that actually existed.
mm,
Yeah, man. So, we think about, sometimes people be talking and they say, yeah, man, it's going to be so bad as well. People going to be eating people.
mm,
Believe it or not, believe it or not, it had already taken place. Been going on before now. So, it's all about elevating and transformation and transiting, transit, tr- trans, what's the word? Trans, transitioning one state to another consciously.
Mm.
And you know, I'm coming to find out more and more. A lot of these things that we call bad, I'm working on myself, not saying something is bad or good, because you know the whole thing is about evolution and change and evolving, expanding, that kind of thing. So events that we consider bad might be the best thing for us,
Mm.
for our growth. If we here to grow, why
Hmm.
not? You know, so yeah, the thing is deep, man. Absolutely. And you know, this is strange too, because did I text you tonight?
Yes.
Okay, I thought so. I was looking for the text. I
Well, no,
didn't
you
see it
called
sometime.
me. You called me.
I called you,
I was on a call
but
and I read it and I was like, I got off the call and I
okay,
was
okay,
like,
okay.
I need to.
So I called and text. That what you
Yes.
saying? Okay, but I couldn't find the text. I wonder what happened to the text. Yeah, I'm looking for the text. I thought because I had mentioned to you about uh, the state of mind I was in right now, and that kind of thing. But I can't find it in my text. I can't. I remember texting you, but I didn't. I said, when you called me and said what you said, I'm thinking, oh, maybe I thought I texted him, but I actually text you. Okay, good. Yeah, yeah. So I'm just enjoying this awakening that I'm continuing going through and observing and being like the snake, getting rid of the old skin. Yeah.
It's time.
Oh yeah, man. I'm realizing that, and when I'm looking at time, I'm looking at now,
Hmm.
and
Hmm.
it's like it's almost impossible for it not to take place because I'm finding that I'm dealing with and communicating with people like I never have before in my life because I'm not focused on the so-called I.
Mm. Mm.
You see, I'm
Ooh.
I'm focused. I'm focused on. I'm actually focusing on the uni. You
Mm.
know, the universe, the
Hmm.
uni. And now, when I'm looking at in the uni, I'm also seeing the un-I,
Mm.
un-I.
Mm.
I've read- Yeah, man, it's powerful, that brother. Mhm. Yeah. So that's where I'm focusing on now. I'm really I'm more relaxed with talking to people without even giving a second thought about anything actually, just engaging in communication, male or female. And I come to find out what I did today, I never ever in my life have done this. I saw this guy on the bus and he had a gun on his side. He's a security guard.
Hmm.
I said, "That's a taser, that's a real gun." He said it's a real gun. And he went on to I didn't know he was suicide. After I asked that question, my mind had gone to something else, and I turned my attention towards the way the bus was going. You know, looking at the big windshield in the front, right?
Hmm.
And I looked, and all of a sudden, I just felt some energy on my left side. It was him. Now, the thing about that is that he probably been there sitting there for a little while because, and he might have been making an effort to get in contact with me, talk to me, get my attention. And I didn't acknowledge him because I can't hear out my left ear. And
Mm.
so, you know, so it's just so funny. When I turn around, I said, And then he was talking to me, and I said, "Oh, okay, tell me what?" And then I began to ask him questions about the gun. And so, and I never talk about guns, you know. That
Mhm.
was a subject that I never had an interest in talking about guns. So he was, you know, because he ordered the gun online and all that kind of stuff, and he showed me the bullets that's in there, you know, and I wasn't even judging anything. I was just observing what he was sharing with me. And I thought that was a very new me. You asked me. It was like just a new because I would never have you know interested, and I didn't know he was sitting beside me. Like I said, I didn't know that. Turn around, he was sitting there, and then I said, "Let me give him my attention." And immediately he went to tell him about how many times this gun, how many bullets this hole, how many you know that kind of thing. And
Mhm.
normally I wouldn't even be you know that wouldn't be a conversation I'm interested in. But for some reason I relaxed and I listened to what he was saying. You know, I just thought that was very unique for me. You know,
Mhm.
that
Mhm.
shows a transformation for me. Mhm. Shit, I didn't have no judgment on. And then the thing about it, he was on the wrong bus. Think about that. After he had that conversation with me, he asked the bus driver, "Is this number such and such and such?" He said, "No, this is such and such." He got off right then and there. So the life was just something, man. It's really something. Really, it's something.
Mm.
Yeah, absolutely.
Mm. You in these buses.
Yeah, and then I'm gonna tell you something else, man. I've been very, very knowing in a state of knowing. I was on the train the other day. Never met this man in my life. People don't know who he is or nothing. And so I just spoke to him. He spoke back, and we just talked about something. I'm like, well, forgot what we've been talking about. But my point is, I knew he was going to D.C.
Mm.
I said, "Where you head to?" And I said, "D.C." And at the same time, he said D.C.
Mm.
I just thought that was so. And all of us have that ability to do that, to connect with a person before they say what y'all saying the same word. You don't know nothing about this man. I ain't never met him in my whole life. Period. And then I went to talking to him about DC that I had visited, and I told him I was about Howard University. He teaches at Howard University.
Mm.
Yeah, I just thought that was pretty cool, man. Pretty cool. Yeah, living is not what we've been given the idea of living is. Living is really living from the inside out. Things and all that kind of stuff. Uh, it comes with a lot of responsibility and false identity and all that kind of foolishness. Um, but they're good. Material thing is very good to have. It can't be you.
Mm.
You can't allow it to be attached to you, your definition, and nothing like that. You know. But this world have done the opposite of that. Worldwide, worldwide, people become the title of the of the of what they have accomplished. They become the object that they have accomplished. They don't know. They forgot about what they are, what the purpose about life and that kind of thing. They into a whole nother world. And I want to say there's nothing wrong with that either, because that's what this place is about: creating your own illusion.
Mm. Mm.
Absolutely.
It's easy to get pulled back into it if you're not out of it.
Mm-hmm. 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 Yep.
You keep me grounded.
Oh yeah. Absolutely. And ain't nothing wrong with having more money than you need. That ain't got nothing to do with capitalism. Capitalism actually has something to do with how you use the money. Are
Mm,
you oppressing people? Are you oppressing people with it? Are you helping people with it?
mm.
When you're oppressing people with it, that's capitalism. Yep. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, that's some of the stuff I just wanted to share with you. What was on my mind, and the experience I've been having, uh, and being able to acknowledge uh, the frequency and the energy field that I'm operating in right now. It's like you have to shed off all the people that has been a part of your life and open yourself up for more people on a more expansive vibration or frequency. That's the only way you expand more. Only way a tree get wider and more rounder, the old bark has to fall off.
Mm. Always at the right time. Hotel. Always at the right time.
Mm-hmm. Yes, sir. Absolutely. And I'm so thankful that I live to see this now. Just it's real peaceful right now. It's like it appears to me that I've uprooted anxiety out of my life because what I feel that anxiety it starts from a judgment factor, and you release the idea of judging, then you embrace the idea of what is, because your judgment of it is not going to change anything about it. No way, you know, it's not going to happen.
Mm.
Yeah.
That's a big, that's a reoccurring message you share. Is
Hmm.
that judgment piece.
Absolutely, brother.
I'm still seeking to embody the truth has no emotions. I think you told me
Uh,
that
uh,
months ago.
Which one? Which one that is?
Truth has, you told me a year ago, I think. Truth has no emotion.
Uh-huh. Right. Exactly. 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 It really doesn't. Yeah. Emotions come with these what we call I don't want to call them feelings, but uh really and truly the emotions that come behind certain thoughts, and that's emotions. I think those are, but feelings is like you feel the energy of something. But emotions are different than that. Emotion to me is like an imbalance. Uh and then I guess people like say, well, it's okay to have emotional feelings. But I'm speaking of ones that turn into obsessive behavior and anger or possessiveness. Both of them is an imbalance. That's why you run across people say, "Man, I'm glad I changed from that." Whatever. Because it's a stage. Your mental uh, capacity has expanded when you're no longer like that. You know.
Mm, mm,
Yeah, the species calls themselves humans are very caught up into the beliefs that they've been taught. Beliefs in what they've been taught. It's, beliefs and knowing is two different things. I,
mm,
the whole idea about, let's say, for example, speaking of, and I know a lot of people might not accept this, but you have to really get to the point of realizing what has been put before us, and we have followed it mostly unknowingly and accepted it unknowingly in the context of knowing what we were believing in. We didn't know. We just believing, all over the planet has been like that actually. So we know for a fact, most of us know, there's no way, no individual know that we're in there. Okay, there's go individual. That means the opposite of divisible. So yeah, if yeah, that makes sense then. If you say, see, oh man, the word individual in most cases is looked at as a one person. But when you look at it from the same perspective of insane, is the opposite of sane. That means individual is the opposite of division. It cannot be divided. But we,
mm,
as it's deep, man. So, but we've been taught that individual is one person. So anyway, so I'm going there, looking at that from that angle there. So therefore, looking at that right there, it's deep. The only individual exists is what? Give some thought to it. And it's really not an individual. Not in the context in what we've been taught about the word individual.
mhm,
Looking
mhm,
at it from the word, looking at the word individual, now from the perspective I just brought just then, not
mm,
being able to divide. Yeah. So I even one thing just like that. You know what that is, right?
mm. I'm listening.
It's space.
Mm,
It cannot be divided.
mm.
Mm-mm-mm. Yeah. So what will create the reality of that existence among the beings that call themselves human? And that is cooperation.
Mm,
Cooperation. Most people, when they use the word cooperation, they talk about a business.
mm.
Think
Play
about
on
that,
the
man.
words, yes.
Yeah, same word. So we're gonna have to really get that going. Cooperation. Learn how to cooperate. Mm,
Mm. Ooh.
absolutely. Hmm. Absolutely, brother. I think, to be honest with you, at one time in my life, because of my ignorance and because of my belief system that I was brought up in, I used to believe in such a deity as an individual that has an image.
Mm,
It's supposed to be supreme, the God, and all that kind of stuff. It's always an image. Every image is equal to you or less than you.
mm,
So we have to actually go beyond imagery. If we be go beyond imagery, we would destroy every belief system.
mm,
We'd be all operating on a frequency of oneness. I never I never heard of a Chinese cry or Chinese laugh or Mexican laugh or Mexican cry or Japanese cry or Japanese laugh. Never heard of no such thing as that. It's either laughing or crying. It's never described by these words under the umbrella of ethnicity. So why is so much attention on the color of a person's skin and then define them based on that?
mm,
We see a we see a fly and it's the color of what we call black. We don't want to kill the fly because of that dark color that fly here. That ain't got nothing to do with it. The fly is annoying. Always, and we don't turn our nose up at maggots because they're white. We think of filth. And you see that. You see. So I just feel that a society of any kind, if it's going to be true to humanity, to being, you're gonna have to eliminate the ideology. Skin color determines the internal being.
mm, mm,
Changes the whole another perspective, brother. It's almost like walking. It's almost like being invisible as you walk. It frees you up, man. It really does. It's been a great relief for me, man. I'm talking for real. I feel so much better and not heavy because it brings about discomfort in your being when you don't release yourself from all those belief systems, those messed up ideas about things. You can't be free. How you gonna be free? Release all the shackles, all the belief systems that were passed on some kind of way or another. I don't know how they got started or whatever, but we have to get back to our original state of consciousness, see things from that perspective. Everything we know, we've been taught. So now learn for yourself.
Mm. Mm.
Many of the things that's still going on is because people haven't changed their perspective. It's that simple. Nobody has given them a way out. They have not seen a way out. But you really have to see it for yourself to get away from it.
Mm.
You know, I was thinking
Mm.
about something today, and I know it's going to bring about some kind of controversy or whatever. And I was thinking about Martin Luther King, about the idea about the promised land. And the word promise sticks out to me. And the reason why the word promise sticks out to me, I'm wondering who made the promise. Who promised that? Who promised somebody somewhere called the promised land? Who promised that? I mean, who's the author of that? Where did that come from? Who did the promising? You know, I think about all those kind of stuff, and sometimes people be in what we call excited about something, but when you begin to listen to what's been said, you have to ask certain. And even my mind, I have to ask. I'm a nine energy in numerology, and
Mm.
so my mind is always seeking around the corner. You know, I just can't accept what's been overtly, outwardly, uh, just stated out. You know, I have to go beyond that. And sometimes um, I feel that I do overthink things sometimes. But I think in the process of me overthinking it brings about clarity in the end. Yeah.
Mm.
You know, I tell people how you and I met. I explained to them that I said we hadn't met but one time in my lifetime, and we've been communicating for the last 4 or 5 years.
Yes.
And as if we, and that we communicate. As we, I don't know. I can't describe it, but it's a real powerful connection. I really appreciate. Uh, we pass each other paths, that kind of thing. I'm just so thankful for that. Yep, very thankful.
Now it's time. It's time. In the next few weeks, it's going to be materialized.
Yeah, I know I'm working on some things to bring into existence that ain't here yet in the physical form. Absolutely. hmm Yeah, absolutely, brother. Mm-hmm.
It's time to let it all go.
Yeah, that's right. Absolutely. That's how you set yourself free. Yeah, absolutely, brother. Your life is truly a journey. And the beautiful thing about it, it really it's all mental. The journey is mental. You're traveling from one stage to another stage.
All I'm thinking about is the present, the awareness that many people aren't traveling.
Hmm. Right. But it's in them. It's in them. It's just that they haven't taken that uh, first step.
Mhm,
Yeah, inwardly. It's in. See, just like everything everything that you and I are discussing right now. I have discussed. We always have known,
mhm,
but not. It's like it's risen to the top. The cream is rising to the top. That kind of thing. The essence.
mm,
You know. Yeah.
the essence.
Yeah, man. This thing is woo. Absolutely.
The one thing I'm sitting with is you address the fact that most people are never really with you because we're not looking at the same thing.
Right. Right. Exactly. That's right. Mm-hmm.
That right there, when you
Mm-hmm.
realize that, like you start looking at people in their face, realizing like you don't see
Mm-hmm.
anything that I see.
Right, exactly. And you could tell through their conversation they don't. That's right. But there are some frequencies out here that is not they're on their journey and they're walking in the same direction. And
Hmm.
when they hear it, they're able to recognize it and they know that there's something bigger than what they've been taught. But they run into another person that feels the same way they do and maybe has a little bit more insight on it. And what they're saying in themselves is that sounds so true. I mean, they can be able to relate to it. It ain't like that you got to convince them of it.
Hmm.
All you did was just gave them a peep inside. Oh yeah, that's it. That kind of thing. And you might not never see that person again in your life. But what you did, you tapped something in them, allowed them to tap something inside themselves
Mm.
just by having a conversation. I take note of that kind of stuff now. And for the most part, most people just have conversations just because they're in the same space at the same time, and they end up talking about the same stuff. They can talk about sports, whatever whatever the light stuff is that people talk weather, whatever. But all of us are here to learn,
Mm.
and when and when you are ready, the teacher appears. And sometimes the teacher be of an energy that actually disturbs you.
Mm.
And what you realize in the disturbance that you realize, oh man, I thought I had outgrown that.
Mm.
But by the fact that you got get disturbed by it, guess what? You hadn't outgrown it. When you outgrow things, you're no longer disturbed by
That right there is the
it.
You could do that now and not
Mm-hmm.
let that be a constant meditation.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh, free man you
Absolutely.
are.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
Absolutely. Absolutely, brother. You know, but I was thinking about it. So you had been talking about putting this thing, recording that kind of thing, and I'm glad
Hmm.
that you're doing that. So it might be if it's any way possible, you set up something like, okay, you replay it to the public, and
Yep,
then
that's next.
the public won't gonna ask questions related to a particular point,
Mm.
and you when and you get you in some kind of way, and you be able to receive those questioning, then you're gonna pass those questions on to me. And then the next presentation, these kind of things I would bring out, maybe make an effort to explain or expound on something like that.
Hmm.
Yeah,
Hmm.
and that way we'll see what's on the people's mind related to what I'm talking about based on their questioning. But my this is one thing I kept talking to myself about this idea because I know it needs to be done, and I am not one of those people who want to talk about the beginning
Mm.
because I don't know anything about the beginning. The beginning is now.
Mm. Mm.
Brother, let me tell you,
That.
the beginning is now, brother. Because you know, biologically speaking, no one was here at the beginning that's here now. So I don't. Matter of fact, I know they can't get all the facts correct. You know, they're not gonna be able. How they wasn't there. They was not. They was not a physical witness to that. So the beginning is now.
Mm.
Those of us who are on this path, this is the beginning. Yep, absolutely,
Mm. The beginning is now.
absolutely, absolutely, brother. I'm thankful to be in this energy field right now. I really am.
You know, there's a full moon, right?
No, I didn't know that. I had looked out in space lately, towards that area.
Right on time. We right on time.
Hmm.
This time ain't no turning back. The conversation we having right now,
Yep, that's right.
everything's staying right where it is. When
Yep.
this is one thing they did say in the Bible: let the dead bury the dead.
Hmm. That's so true. That's so true. And I just really feel I don't know. I really don't have no evidence of this right here. But I just feel that the idea of what people call time is a subconscious. calculation. And in other words, I just want to say time is now. Time, it has nothing to do with movement. It has nothing to do with other than now. Time is always now. What time is it now? That's the
Mm.
real. That's the ultimate reality. Is now.
Mm-hmm.
The clock and the watch and that kind of thing is dealing with a uh it's mostly dealing with an object.
Mm. Yeah. Yeah.
Because you cannot tell me that space changes.
Mm.
Space doesn't move.
Mm.
Only the elements move in space. It calls us to define what time it is. But we don't. And we can't. But we have to remember that we're talking about something material, something that actually deal with matter or physical form or whatever. But space itself, nope. There is no measurement for space.
Mm.
Yeah, there's no way you can measure space. Space in all directions simultaneously. It's impossible to measure space. Mm, mm, mm.
That
Space
is
is endless, huh?
that's the shift right there.
Absolutely.
Remember
I
you
feel
are
I do,
space.
huh?
I said remembering we are space.
Right. As you go, that's it. And see, once you recognize that, how can you be contained by what people call time? The idea of what they call time. There's no containment. That's how I see it, man. I'm so thankful. I don't know. I'm just thankful for it. Very grateful for that kind of concept that I live from. Absolutely. I know one thing. It allows me to meet all people, all beings, I should say, where they are. You know.
A never ending process. I mean, we just opened up a door.
hmm Yep. 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 Mm-hmm.
It's now everywhere at the same time.
Absolutely. Once these once this thing along with my t-shirts and everything be put out there like that, it's gonna be a worldwide event.
Mm.
Because what I like to do is get so familiar with someone that speak a different language and be able to put those words in their language in the area where they live at.
Mm. Yes, indeed.
Mm, mm, mm. Yeah, we can measure go up this big mountain, man. We got, but it got to be climbed. It got to be. It has to, be dealt with. We have to go up this mountain. And they say that the farther you go up, the thinner the air gets. So they say. I don't know how true it is, but that's what they say.
The less you need to breathe.
it's actually it's telling me, okay, they saying it's just slowly go up and hard to breathe because of the lack of oxygen.
mm,
So oxygen is only needed in this realm where we are.
mm,
So it's really like uh, uh let me see. Mm, we have to go beyond living on oxygen.
mm,
Woo. Buddy. Mm, mm, mm. Uh, maybe that's what it meant by life after death. You know, being able to live without oxygen.
mm.
You know, as I'm talking to you about this, it's as if my spirit is flying among the trees.
Mm,
Hmm.
mm. Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
gambler right there.
Hmm.
Auric sustenance.
Learning how to fly. Learning how to fly without ever leaving the ground. Gravity cannot hold me. Mm-mm-mm. Wow.
I mean, I think that's like if you allowing one's mind to purely create without associate like a map. There's something I think about. What
Hmm.
would happen if you left a nourished child in a room that was just white?
Hmm.
Nothing else, just white. Because like the
So good.
mind is capable of so much,
Hmm.
but if you don't condition it to,
You be containing it actually.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
And I'm like you. I feel that it's beyond what we can contain it. You know, I feel it's beyond that. We
mm-hmm,
don't never know it because we never allow ourselves to release ourselves in that area because of our beliefs, of course,
mm.
that we pass on. But
It's time to go crazy, huh?
yeah, absolutely. Man. Mm,
Out of the you said that last time too about
mm,
insanity when you were explaining it the last time we spoke. Just it's time to allow ourselves to be insane, quote unquote.
mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
Because
mm-hmm.
what it's saying, right?
Right. Be sane. That's it. Mm.
So anchors anyway. Let the dead bury the dead. That's all I'm thinking about. Let the dead bury the dead.
Mm.
That's when you like I'm gonna see what happens. I'm starting to fast today,
Oh yeah. Okay.
official fast. So I'm going in with this intention right here.
Yeah, I've been making my intention to get in that direction too, and I will be doing it sooner than later. Because if you can, if you get everything started off from a good nutritional perspective for the
Mhm.
body, and from that point forward, abstain from physical food and keep those minerals going in your body, you'll be all right. Because I think a lot of times we don't, we've been distorted in our views of eating, and I guess everybody's on their own frequency about things, eating and everything else. Um, and some people are actually addicted to food, but they wouldn't call it that. But they couldn't skip a meal if they had to.
Let the dead bury the dead.
That's right.
That's all I see now is because if you go to be light, you gotta be light.
Mm.
You
That's
can't be
right.
carrying all that stuff.
Appreciate it. Absolutely. Hmm.
You gotta let it all
Absolutely,
go.
man.
Let it all go.
Because ain't nothing. See, it's like it's sometimes we don't recognize that ain't nothing got us in the context of we holding ourselves to what we think got us.
Mm, mm.
Hmm. That's right. Just for I will give a small example. People think the cigarettes has given them addiction, but the cigarette just in a, it just laying there. It has no power over you. So it's really that you holding on to the cigarette rather than the cigarette got you, because you making the decision to continue to smoke it,
Mm-hmm.
but you say the cigarette got you. So you think the cigarettes gave you a habit? No, you created that habit, you know, and any habit you create, it become a part of your life. That's why I call it a habit. And most people smoke cigarette unconsciously because it's a habit. Anything you do unconsciously is basically a habit.
Mm,
That's
mm.
why we have,
Damn.
yeah, man.
Damn.
That's why we have to become conscious beings. Yeah, that's why we have to become conscious beings.
Anything you do unconsciously is a habit.
Hmm. Yeah.
Damn.
Hmm. That's deep, boy. I tell you. Mm.
We really gotta get back inside.
Oh yeah. Well, the whole idea of it is remembering. A lot of times people, not really going. But it is. It's like you bringing things forth. It appears that you're going back, but what you're doing is bringing things forth. you kind of reconnected with what has been there,
Mm-hmm. Mm.
and you bring it.
Just let it all
Mm-hmm.
go. That's what
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to. I am not going to do anything. I am.
Mm-hmm.
I'm I'm accepting my death to the world.
Mm-hmm.
Been dancing around it, but the fact that we speaking right now, I'm just gonna be
Mm-hmm.
light. I'm not gonna. I'm letting it all. I'm letting the dead bury the dead.
Mm-hmm. That's right.
All of
That's
it.
right.
I'm getting it
Mm-hmm.
all back. Taking my
There
energy
you go.
too.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
I'm going my way.
Mm-hmm. That just set you free, brother. It give you a whole, whew, put you in a whole other frequency, even another realm almost. Mm-hmm.
Mm.
You're not, even though you're walking among them, but you're flying above them as well.
Yeah, it's time.
Yeah, I know it, man. This thing is, woo, I'm so thankful for this. I don't know what to do.
It's
Mm-hmm.
time. You know, it's gonna be this. You're gonna be able to watch this back or listen to this back.
I know you tell them like that. That's good. Mm-hmm.
You're gonna be able to listen to this back. That's gonna be amazing.
Mm-hmm. I know it is. But I've been waiting on. I've been waiting on this for years. I have another sister. She want to do this, but sometimes it's the reality of your life circumstances. Sometimes don't allow you to do what you got to do. Do what you want to do. I should say, and you got to. You got to. You have to come out of a circumstances that's got you in a bind before you really
Mhm.
can create your life. Once you come out of that predicament or that circumstances or that illusional circumstance, once you come out of that, that's when you can create your life.
Mm. Mm.
Yeah, because you set free your mind, and that's what my whole intention is to help everybody become free. Those who want to be free, I want to, just be a aid to them. You know, but I think everything in this nature wants to be free.
Or it knows
Mhm.
it's free, right? It knows it's freedom. Me
Mhm.
over here. I think you just said this. You said it may be a bit different.
Mhm.
Um, but no, you said something just about this. I believe it's in this conversation around just
Mhm.
people and colors. You know, you
Mhm.
said
Mhm.
you were saying like they don't. There's no color associated to a laugh or a cry.
Right.
You know,
Exactly.
and it's like there's no time associated to an animal's mind or an
Mhm.
insect or a tree. You know, they're not thinking today, tomorrow.
Right. They're always present.
Hmm.
Yeah. That only comes from the mental concept that the so-called human has created.
Hmm.
That's why in my foundation that I stand upon, based on what I've heard about humans, I'm not that.
Have you ever? So I haven't traveled. Oh, well, I was traveling recently. When you go somewhere that behaves differently, you realize time is very relative. With the Native Americans, not the Indus people, the God people, the
Mhm.
Sun people that were here and still here,
Mhm.
they call it they call it the 666, right? Because 60 minutes, 60 minutes 24 hours and something else, right? 60 seconds,
Okay.
60 minutes, 24 hours, right? So
Okay.
it's 666. And then they do the years, because you remember for them they do 1328 because they follow the moon.
Mm-hmm.
So they do 13 months in just the 28 days.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm like that alone. And that's what I've been playing with is like I don't use calendars and time
Right.
anymore. I schedule
Right.
things, but I don't use like don't ask me what month it is and I'm thinking of the next month.
Right.
I don't look
Exactly.
at it.
Right. Exactly. Man, and I'm glad you said it from that angle too, because to go back to that question about when you go to another city, that kind of thing, I don't
Mm-hmm.
got to the point where I don't see it that way anymore. I don't even name. I'm just traveling in space.
Mm. Mm.
Wherever is whoever, whatever I meet in that arena, that space, that's it. I'm not going. I'm doing my best to, because barriers are put in our mind. Uh, 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 Territory is put in our mind.
Mm-hmm.
Those kind of things. So we have to break freedom of all that, because as long as you think that you in Texas, as long as you think you in New York, as long as you think you in Florida, as long as you think all those, you experiencing the energy of people and things, and that's what you're really doing. It has nothing to do with the title of the place that somebody done named.
Mm-hmm.
It's only about what you're experiencing is the energy from where you're traveling to, that kind of thing. Forget about those titles and all that doo doo. Forget about that. I'm trying to tell you.
Mm.
That's when you become invisible, because you're not even, matter of fact, the people the being that you call people, you're talking to them at their core. You
Mm.
ain't paying no attention to the outside. That ain't got nothing to do with nothing. And I know there may be some cases where you might get distracted, but my point is, no, your most accurate reality is you speaking to the being that you cannot see.
Mm.
Once you're able to do that, you no longer will have shame, fear, doubt, not anxiety. All what I just named is created by what you see on the outside that have triggered something on the inside.
Mm.
And
Mm.
I know a lot of people might say that this might sound the opposite, and it is the opposite of what we've been taught about looking in somebody's eye. I'm not saying not to do that. All I know is it's best not to look at people when you talk to them.
Mm.
Because what you're saying is way more important than you looking at the person.
Mm.
Because sometimes you look at people, you'll get distracted. You get distracted.
Mm-hmm.
They
Mm-hmm.
might have something on. They might have a outfit on that might attract you or not attract you. But the main thing, it distracts you whether to go left or right. It's still gonna be a distraction. You
Mm-hmm.
see. But if you talk, I do it. Talk to the being that's present, not the shell.
Mm.
It's being used.
People
The
ain't.
shell.
Ooh.
Yeah, ain't that
Ooh.
powerful?
It's time to be light. It's
Mm-hmm.
time to be light. It's time to be light.
Mm.
It's time.
I,
Ooh.
I feel that's part of the process of becoming more and more ultimate. Because now you begin to deal with people from another perspective. You're not admiring them, and you're not uh, downplaying them.
That's a first class trip to the next realm right there.
Mhm. I know it is, brother. I'm here to tell you, man.
That's a
That's
first
where we got to
class.
go. That's the realm we got to go to. We can't. We worse than any four-legged animal that we call savages, whatever term that people
Mhm.
call them. You know.
This is going to be amazing. This is amazing.
hmm
This is. Ooh. It's time
I,
to be
I
light.
I'm excited about it. I'm excited about it. I want to see how the world respond to this type of consciousness because I'm not putting no title on it. If I put any kind of title on it, it'll be truality.
Mm, mm,
Mm.
mm. Duality.
hmm
Oh, we free. I ain't going back. I ain't
I
going
know it,
nowhere.
brother.
I'm gone.
I, I'm
I'm
I'm just
gone.
thankful that I was just saying tonight. I was saying tonight to myself, I said, "Who in the world gonna be able to communicate with me?" And because I'm not thinking like the norm. And so far, you about the only person I got a sister I can talk to like this, and she pretty much. But sometimes people don't. They're not able to. I have to give her credit. She does try to keep up with me. She really, and she's really is one of the teachers in my life.
Mm,
And that's how you have to look at people in your life. They're either your teacher, they're your teacher or your student, one of the two.
mm, mm,
And so that helps you not be so judgmental about the person because they're
mm,
either there to be taught or they're there to teach you.
mm, mm.
Mm-hmm.
Ooh.
That's freedom, brother.
Oh my goodness. Right on
Mm-hmm.
time every time. It don't
Mm-hmm.
miss.
Yeah, I be thinking because I said to myself, I felt I've had some experiences for quite a while now that's very um I say eye opening and revealing and exciting and things of that nature. It has caused me to actually become like, and I am invisible, and
Mm,
it feels good, you know, to walk among people and
mm,
not even not even not even being noticed because this is the catch. When you notice them, they notice you.
mm.
So you don't notice people. You can't notice people. You only deal with the frequency.
I hope they get the
Mm.
message. That's all I say. I'm gonna let the
Yeah,
dead
man.
bury the dead. They gonna get this one, but I hope they get the message.
Yeah. It's
Cause
gonna
we gonna
it's
be
gonna be
cutting
some
up.
time. Huh?
I said we gonna be cutting up. Me and you gonna be
Yeah, it's
cutting up. Cause
right,
I hope
right.
they get the
Yeah.
message.
Oh yeah. This thing it's gonna spread like wildfire, brother. One thing I tell you.
Ooh.
It's gonna spread like wildfire because this is already in them. It ain't nothing I'm bringing to them. It's already in them. It has been smothered by these belief systems and habits.
Them words.
And then the particular thing what they call history. You see,
Mm.
yeah, man, you can't be hung up in no stuff like that. It is what it was and that kind of thing, and but you have to go beyond that to what really happened, and then what it is still going on. Did it change anything? You see, it ain't gonna change until the perspective change.
Mm.
And so far, to be honest with you, everybody's been been on the stage performing. It ain't about that. It ain't about that. It's actually being a frequency that every being can relate to.
Mm.
I saw interview with this brother. He's out of India. I forgot his name right now, but he's supposed to be like a sage. Something similar like what Osho was. Osho was a teacher like that too.
Mm.
And I saw him talking to Mike Tyson. And Mike Tyson, being the kind of being he is, uh, asking him, what can you tell me? What reason why you want to interview me? What can you advice can you give me? Something like that he's asking that those kind of questions quickly and that kind of thing.
Mm.
And the brother, he's from India. He calmly said, I'm paraphrasing it. He said that the toughest person, a man on earth, got beat up by life.
Mm.
And Mike Tyson couldn't say nothing, but he was he was babbling with his words because it hit core.
Mm.
Yeah, that's some deep shit, man. I don't know how that affected him. I don't know what it's going to do for him, but that's the first time he probably heard that. The toughest man on earth get beat up by life. Mm, mm, mm. Yeah, this capitalism create criminals, brother. That's what it does. You'd be surprised, like I was, in my dealing with people, and you'd be surprised how I mean the criminals around you,
Mm.
all because all because they're chasing the dollar bill.
Like that. Oh.
And this thing gonna change. It's gonna shake some trees, brother.
Ooh. You cracking the code right now. I'm
Hmm.
so happy everything's right on time.
You're right.
Like
Absolutely.
everything is right on time.
Hmm. Absolutely. Absolutely. I really feel that if you know these so-called commercials and what they're telling people, and they're baiting people with the idea of having money. I mean, they're baiting people, man. They just got everything about money. They even doing now a promotion or commercials about you getting injured in a car wreck or whatever, and they said it could be 2 years old. How many years they say it could be old? And you still possibly can get some money. They're all motivated to get some money. Wow. Yeah, boy, this thing is on a transformational state, boy. And it always has been. But when it hits you, when it hit the individual, that's all they see is transformation, 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 transformation. You know, that's all they see now. And then what happens, I found this out too, you meet people on this frequency. They might not be as in depth as you are about the subject matter. But guess what? It's time for them to hear that what you have to say. And they show up. And when the teachers is ready, the student will appear. Yeah, absolutely. Mhm. Well, brother, Elijah, I have enjoyed every bit of this, man, and I'm thankful and grateful for the opportunity to be heard and to listen and to be in the frequency of and trust that more and more being join in and expound their inner core self and bring about an evolutionary change
Mm,
and revolution change, a revolutionary change in this realm called Earth.
mm. Yes, indeed. So,
Yes, sir. Hotel, my brother.